The forest exhaled something ancient before the rain. Wind pressed low voices through the soaked branches. Elias Harper woke beneath thunderless watching darkness. The farmhouse groaned, settling like an uneasy animal. Willow Reed stood outside, barefoot in the mud. Elias Harper felt her presence before seeing her. Rain bent sideways, avoiding Willow Reed entirely. Leaves clung to her dress like remembering hands. The night smelled of iron and distant rot. Elias Harper stepped onto the porch carefully. Boards flexed, warning him of listening earth. Willow Reed lifted her head toward the woods. Something answered with a slow, hollow rustle. Trees leaned inward, curious and unblinking. Elias Harper's breath fogged despite warm air. He remembered winters arriving without snow. Willow Reed had warned him through silence. Now autumn bled early into the soil. She walked toward the tree line calmly. Elias Harper followed, heart drumming behind ribs. Rain stuttered, then resumed in uneven pulses. The forest swallowed porch light immediately. Darkness carried texture, thick and pressing. Willow Reed brushed bark with open fingers. Sap welled slowly, glowing faintly amber. Elias Harper recoiled, stomach turning cold. The ground shifted under Willow Reed's feet. Roots rose, curling protectively around her ankles. Wind hissed approval through the upper branches. Elias Harper felt watched by countless rings. Memories surfaced, sharp as snapped twigs. Children missing after storms like this. Willow Reed had been there, too, always standing where fear softened slightly. They reached the old logging road quietly. Mud sucked at Elias Harper's boots greedily. Willow Reed left no prints behind her. The rain began falling upward briefly. Elias Harper tasted metal on his tongue. A deer skull hung from a nailed post. It turned slowly, facing Willow Reed. Horns creaked, stretching like waking limbs. Willow Reed raised her palm gently. The skull relaxed, settling into stillness. Elias Harper shuddered, awe tangled with dread. The forest respected Willow Reed deeply. It feared losing her influence. They approached the abandoned house again. Windows glowed faintly without fire or lamps. Elias Harper felt childhood nightmares stirring awake. Willow Reed paused, shoulders heavy with knowing. The house breathed, doors fluttering like ribs. Rain slid sideways to avoid the threshold. Inside, shadows pooled thick as standing water. Elias Harper stepped close behind Willow Reed. Walls whispered names, including his own. Floorboards pulsed softly beneath their weight. A staircase descended where none existed before. Willow Reed glanced downward without hesitation. Elias Harper followed, terror tightening his chest. Below, seasons lay stacked like forgotten clothes. Winter frost coated one wall silently. Summer insects buzzed behind cracked plaster. Autumn leaves carpeted the steps endlessly. Spring water dripped from the ceiling slowly. Willow Reed touched the air between seasons. They folded inward, quieting their hunger. Elias Harper felt years compress painfully. Losses resurfaced, faces blurred by rain. Willow Reed absorbed them without flinching. Her skin glowed dim like moonlit moss. The house shuddered, settling into sleep. Above, wind calmed into respectful stillness. Elias Harper sank to his knees. Fear ebbed, replaced by trembling relief. Willow Reed knelt beside him silently. Her presence anchored time itself. The seasons aligned, breathing together at last. They climbed back toward the surface slowly. Dawn bruised the sky pale gray. Rain eased into harmless drifting mist. Outside, birds tested cautious morning notes. The forest straightened, pretending innocence again. Willow Reed stepped onto freshening grass. Green spread outward in quiet gratitude. Elias Harper understood her burden then. She stayed so others could leave. The fear belonged to holding things together. He stood, steadied by her choice. Change no longer felt like disappearance. Hope arrived softly, carrying scars and light.